Hi, thank you for being here to Take 10. In today's practice, we're going to be focusing on opening up the shoulders and the chest. Let's get started in a standing position. Separate your feet a little wider than hip distance. Take a little bend in your knees, you have a little buoyancy. And as you inhale, reach your arms out to the side, and then exhale, just cross one over. Inhale out, and then cross the other arm over top. And then continue here, moving with your breath. Just opening up the shoulders and the chest here. We're gonna go for about 1 minute. So take your time. Doesn't have to be the deepest opening just yet. We will let the body warm up as it may. Maybe beginning to notice which arm on top feels a little bit more open and loose, and which one might feel a little bit more tight. And now maybe beginning to try and clap your arms back behind you, getting a little bit deeper into this warm up here for the last 10 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers, pull the fists down as you roll the shoulder heads back, lift the chest. Walk your feet in a little bit so they're right under your hips. Inhale as you lift the chin and the chest, and on your exhale, set your chest on your lap with nice bent knees, and then let your fists come up overhead as you relax the back of the neck. Try to keep squeezing your palms together. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. Just letting gravity do the work, not pushing here. Then stay low in your bent knees, lift your chest back up so you're kind of in Utkatasana chair pose. And then just switch the thumb that's on top, so your goofy thumb is on top, back behind you. Do the same thing, lift the chin, lift the chest, roll the shoulder heads back. And on your exhale, set the chest on the lap, on the nice bent knees. Let the fists come up overhead. 3 breaths. Releasing any wrinkles from the back of your neck. On your next inhale, lift the chest, unhinge the hands back behind you, reach up, and then on your exhale, straighten your legs and fold forward into a nice forward fold, Uttanasana. You're going to keep going with some shoulder and chest openers here. Step straight back into into down dog. And then we're going to get a little dynamic movement here, moving from down dog into plank. Before we do that, roll the outer shoulders in as if you're holding a block in between your elbows, and then push the shoulder blades down into your back pockets, making some space in the back of your neck. Draw your navel in and press the hands away from you so you're lengthening through the armpits. And then from here, keeping your navel drawn in, inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, back into down dog. We're going to go 4 more times. Inhale forward, exhale back. Remember, priority is on opening the shoulders, opening the armpits, opening the chest. Last one here. Inhale, come forward into plank. Drop the knees down, and then from here, sit back into a child's pose. On your inhale, come forward into tabletop, and then drop the hips down to the ground. So you're in an upward facing with the knees on the ground. And then you're going to open the shoulder blades, so kind of smiling the front of the shoulders. And then push back into down dog, child's pose. Inhale as you come forward into that upward facing. Exhale, open the shoulders. Inhale as you're sitting the hips up. Exhale, back in Balasana, child's pose. 3 more just like that. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, open the shoulder heads. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, settle back, Balasana. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, open the shoulders. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale in Balasana. Last two. So also opening a little bit of the lower back here. Come forward into tabletop on your next inhale, and then walk your hands out as long in front of you as they will go, and then try to drop the armpits and the chin and the chest down to the ground, keeping the hips up in the air and the tops of the feet pressed firmly as well. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Keep trying to plug the shoulder heads back into their sockets as you keep dropping the armpits. Last breath. Lift the chin and chest, walk the hands back right underneath the shoulders so you're in a tabletop position. On your next inhale, reach your right hand up and place it back on your sacrum, and then roll that right shoulder head back, and then lift your arm into the air. So this helps make sure that your right shoulder head is back rather than just swinging that right arm in the air. And then make sure that your hips aren't sagged over to the right, that your left hip is kind of pinching up towards your left shoulder blade. Inhale here. And then on your exhale, thread the needle, right hand underneath the left, and set the right cheek down. Now from here, keep pinching the right hip up to the right shoulder blade, not letting the hips flare over to the left. And you should feel a nice stretch through the right outer shoulder here. If you're not, you can press into that left hand. And if you'd like some more, you can take the left hand up and behind you, grab that right hip. So you're also getting a left shoulder opener. We're going to take 3 breaths here. Last one. Place the left hand back down next to the face, press into it. Nice little counter stretch here. Reach that right arm up, and then exhale, set it down. Moving on to the left side, left hand back on your sacrum, stay square in the hips, roll the left shoulder head back, and then lift the left hand to the ceiling. Take a big breath in. And then on your exhale, thread the needle, left hand underneath the right. Pausing here for a moment, laying the left cheek down. Pinch that left hip up towards the left shoulder blade, making sure that you stay square in the hips. And then if you're taking that bind with the right hand coming up and behind you, and we'll take 3 breaths here. Really feeling the opening of the outer shoulder on the left side and kind of the front of the shoulder on the right. Last breath. Place the right hand back down next to the face. Press into it. Reach the left hand back up. Counter stretch. And then on your exhale, set it down. Sit back on your heels, and you're going to interlace your hands behind your back again, and this time drop the crown of your head, the top of your head, as close to your knees as possible. Roll the shoulder heads back, and then lift your hips up off the ground, and then lift your fists up off the ground, off your lower back. And again, letting gravity do the work here, opening the front of the shoulders and the chest. 3 more breaths. Not too much pressure on your head. Last one. Sitting back onto your heels, and then switch the crossing so your goofy thumb is on top, and then same thing, lift the hips, let the hands come up off your lower back. 3 breaths. Keep pinching the shoulder blades back behind you. Last breath. Let the hips come back down to the heels, fist to the lower spine. Roll up into a nice seated position. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more open through the front of the chest and the shoulders. Thank you very much for joining me here again for a nice Take 10. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.